Hi, everybody. Sherry Leopold here, and I am so delighted to have an amazing woman here with me. I have another wow warrior, and I have Vernita Harris here. Welcome, Vernita.
Thank you, Sherry.
I am so excited to have you part of our Wow Warrior community. Not only are you a columnist for Wow Warrior magazine with your partner in crime, Be More, but you're also an incredible woman of worth warrior, and you are an honoree for 2024 Wow Warrior. So I first want to say congratulations to you on that honor.
I am so humbled. Thank you for the consideration and thank you for the award.
You are so welcome. And when we talk about woman of worth or wow warrior, I really want to ask you, Vernita, what does it mean to you when you hear the words woman of worth? What does woman of worth mean to you personally?
Well, for me, all women are women of worth. It's just defining your value and making sure that you live up to your full potential. And I think some of us just explode out of the gates immediately, and some of us are slow simmerers. So every woman has worth, and I just think we all just need to define and find our best selves and present that on a daily basis.
Absolutely. And I think, sometimes that becomes a very subjective process, like we're waiting for someone else to tell us. And that's kind of the characteristic of a wow warrior is that you don't need that external validation. You know that in here already, and it doesn't have to be affirmed by somebody else. Although we are affirming that for you right now.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I want to ask you, Vernita, did you have on your journey, which I want to back up. I'm so sorry. I jumped in. I got so excited. Wait, I already know you, like, right? And I know you're an amazing person, but I actually want to stop just a second and have you tell our viewers who is Vernita Harris and what do you do and how do you serve?
Vernita Harris is a very excited senior citizen that jumps up every day waiting on what adventure is going to happen. I am a graduate of Prairie View A&M University where I have both a bachelor's and an MBA. And in fact, that's where I met my partner, Beatrice Moore, on the first day of arriving at school. She was the first person I met. And almost 50 years later, we are still friends and now business partners. I am also the president of Impact Strategy Consulting Firm and president of Impact International Group. In all actuality, I have 5 different businesses. I am a serial entrepreneur. I love going in, creating, making ideals, consulting, improving, working through business development. I'm just excited about what every day brings. And even as a senior citizen, I don't even think about retiring because I'm having fun at what I do, because I work for myself and I'm happy with what I do. I don't feel like I'm working.
I love that so much. It just reminded me of a quote that one of my friends always says. She says, if it isn't fun, I'm done.
Exactly.
I was
Exactly.
like, I love that though, and that's how I feel about retirement as well. I'm like, how could I retire from this much fun? Right? Who would want to do that? And I mean, I think that really illustrates and so many amazing accomplishments that you've had and continue to have. And I don't know if anybody's followed, but your story with B is extraordinary. And it is in an issue of the Wild Warrior magazine where you describe how you met. And it's a beautiful story. And I love that it's just continued to flourish and grow in different ways. So I want to ask you now. This is the question I was going to ask you in your journey because it's obviously been very expansive. Was there a time where you had a pivotal moment or something that happened that was a challenge? And can you share with us what that challenge might have been and how you overcame that?
Sure. I think my pivotal moment came when I was working in the pharmaceutical industry and I hit the glass ceiling. And I had to decide if I was going to stay and be content in a position where was doing extremely well financially or go out on my own. And I chose at that time to go out on my own because I knew I was at the top, at the peak of my career in that particular company. So I left and I resigned and went out on my own with my business partners. And that's been since, I mean, 2006. So it was a leap of faith, and I believed in myself, and I told myself, if I can sell $16 million a year for them, why can't I sell $1 million a year for myself? If nothing but a million, that's my mark. And I walked away, and it has been the best decision of my life. I have been extremely happy ever since, and I can't tell you the feeling of gratitude that I have because I am now my own boss. I make my own decisions. I pick the clients now who I want to work for. So all of your clients are your bosses. So now I pick my bosses. And if I see someone that's going to be a difficult boss in advance, I'm going to maybe this opportunity is not the right opportunity for us. But I have the option of making my own decisions now. And I've never been happier than the day that I decided to walk away.
Wow, what an extraordinary story. And actually highlights like just about every characteristic of a wow warrior, that bravery, that belief in self, and stepping into the unknown and being okay with the fact that you don't know everything, but you know that you will learn it and you can do it. So kudos for you. And that's such an inspirational story. Thank you so much for sharing that. So I want to ask you, what woman or women have inspired you or have been a role model for you, Vernita? Like somebody who just poured into you and it made all the difference in the world to you.
My mother is a great example of someone who poured into me until she was no longer here. She built my confidence up. She didn't have the opportunity to have the education that I was granted, the educational opportunities that I was granted. She actually attended my college for one semester and she could not finish because of the financial strains. So it was important to her that I did go to college. I was able to choose my own college, and that I had no idea at the time that she had gone there for one semester. But it meant so much to her and the pride when I graduated, not once, but twice. And it meant a lot to both parents. So she poured into me the most, and it was unconditional love. And so you can't beat that. I also had a mentor at the age of 13 by the name of Barbara Jordan. And she was, I just liked the sound of her voice. It was so commanding. And I didn't know that she, at the time, because I was 13, she had formal training at Texas Southern University under Dr. Freeman, who was a coach, and he did extremely well with as a debate coach for those students. And she was one of his students. And she, of course, went on to be a congresswoman, and did extremely great things for the state of Texas. But at 13, I just know there's someone standing before me that I like what she says, how she says it, and she's serving in the community and giving back. So I was always watching women who were giving back. Not only were they're strong minded and they were speaking of independence, but always serving the community. And that was important to me.
Oh, it's beautiful. And, definitely two women who filled the bill for the Wow Warrior. um, I love that. And what great role models. I mean, what a blessing.
Okay.
So I want to ask you, in a society where self-love and self-acceptance, in my opinion, are very undervalued, how would you encourage other women to recognize their worth and embrace their true selves when perhaps maybe they might be feeling not as strong as they should be?
Well, become your biggest fan. I am my biggest fan. I get up every morning and I tell myself, get up, beautiful. Let's go do this. Let's go have a wonderful day. Let's do something positive. Let's contribute. Let's add to someone else. If it's not yourself, but you need to make sure that you're looking at someone else, because there's not everyone's not in the same position. Everyone doesn't have a clear path or guided in a direction that's helpful to them. So if you go out and serve and help someone else, you'll see that you're in a pretty good position, because you're capable, one, of serving someone else, and you understand and recognize that there are others who may not have it as well as you do.
Absolutely. And you make such a good point. It's so important to be your biggest fan, right? It helps other people believe in themselves when you see that you believe in yourself. That's one of the founding premises of the Wow Warrior platform, is to be a light to other women and to show
Yes.
them by example they too can do it as well. So I appreciate so much you sharing that and saying that. And it just obviously shows why you are an honoree for 2024. So I want to say, as a recipient of the Woman of Worth Warrior Award, or the Wow Warrior Award, what advice would you give to another woman who is aspiring to make a difference in her community and beyond?
Well, I would definitely say research the issues in the community and find what you are passionate about. If you're passionate about it, you'll go ahead and you'll put the 110% in to help and work with and contribute. Whether it is, sometimes you may not have the time, it may be financial. And if you are not capable of making a financial donation, your time, both are valuable, but see how you can help. Some of you may say, I'm better behind the scenes, so what can I do to help either an organization or a school or the community projects that are going on? Maybe you're great at being a graphic artist. Maybe that's find out your passion and the things that you can do, your strengths, and how you can contribute and help. Everybody can't be a leader. There has to be, you have your leaders, and then you have those who contribute and help. But support your leaders and their vision. It makes a difference.
Absolutely. And you can always lead yourself, right? Like that is innately part of who we are. That's awesome. I want to just ask you before we close. I know that people are going to be inspired by everything you've done and the incredible woman that you are, Vernita. How would somebody get in contact with you?
Well, I am available on Facebook. You can also get us at Pinch Dash Done on Facebook. Also, I'm on LinkedIn, but you can go to pinch-done.com and you can look at our website and you can see all of the two cookbooks that we have out, and you can find more information on B and myself.
Absolutely. And I was just there the other day reading through it, and I love it. And I love that you guys have the wonderful Wednesday edition of sharing a recipe that y'all create on video. So I always encourage everybody to go to
Yeah.
pinch-done.com and go watch the videos and look at the delightful opportunities that you have to introduce something new in your kitchen. And everything that you all make is just pretty easy and really not too like over the top production wise. And I love that about the cookbook, is it's everybody can enjoy making what's in it. So it's been such a joy to be part of the Pinch Dash Done journey with you and B. And I just want to say in closing, Vernita, I'm so proud that you are part of the Wow Warrior community on multiple levels. But I'm very, very proud to say congratulations, Vernita Harris, on being a 2024 Wow Warrior.
Thank you so much, Sherry. This is truly an honor.